Hello, you awesome people, and welcome to my very first Q&A. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I have reached my very first limit, which is 100 subscribers. Thank you so much. And since last Wednesday, I also ended up on the shoutout list on Star Stable Online's YouTube channel, and after that, I got even more subscribers. So I'm slowly reaching 120 subscribers. Not that that is really our goal to reach. The next limit will be maybe 150 or 200. Yeah, let's say 200. I reached 100 and I was like, wait, I should celebrate this. How should I do it? And I was thinking, and then I was like, maybe a Q&A should be enough, really? I was a bit freaked out. I didn't know if there would be any questions that would be thrown at me. But I've got a few. There aren't a lot of people who have sent questions, but the ones who had sent me quite a lot of questions that I figured that should be enough for my very first Q&A. And then maybe when we reach 200, I'll do another one, and then I will probably have a lot more. So yeah, we better get to it. Otherwise, this will be quite a long episode. Because as I said, this is a lot of questions, and I will be rambling a lot. So yeah, let's get to it. The first, I have, just so you know that the people that have sent me questions, I will say their names, but all of them pretty much sometimes had a lot of the same questions. So I threw them around, and so I won't be answering the same questions all the time. Maybe giving some are pretty much the same, but then I will be answering differently. Anyway, the first person is from the Instagram, SSO Tanya, and she gave me a long list where she first put favorite, and then she just threw all the words in later. So the first is my favorite horse breed, and I'm figuring in the game, and I am pretty much sitting on it. It is the Icelandic horse. And the reason why I love it is because I pretty much grew up with the Icelandic horses. When I started riding, it was my father. I said to my father I wanted to start riding. And I didn't really know that he was even searching for it, but our neighbors worked at a riding school that had Icelandic horses, and he was talking to them. And in the end, I ended up, he said that I was going to go to my first riding lesson next week, and it was at a riding school with Icelandic horses, and to be fun, even more funny enough, the very first Icelandic horse I was riding was the biggest they had, and he was black, like this one. It's not the same name as the one I have right here. His name was Ofager. Sadly, he's not with us today. He was in an accident and sadly died. Anyway. So yeah, my favorite horse breed is the Icelandic horse, because I grew up with them. They have the most lovely temperament, even though all of them are different. But I say that I've been working with some stallions, and the only ones that I feel still pretty safe with, even though they are still stallions, it is Icelandic horses. So yeah. Let's see now, let's continue. My favorite village, we were just in it. It is Valedale. I absolutely love it. I have no idea why. Well, actually I do know. The waterfall, the surrounding, the trees, the river. And now it has been updated, so the houses looks a lot better. Looking more British styled. I have no problem with the blue windows, even though I know a lot of you do. I think it's kind of funny, and it gives it more of a accent color. Yeah. So, and also it is surrounded by roses, and I love roses. So yeah, my favorite village is Valedale, and then my favorite place, we are actually in it as well. Let's get even more in it. It is Hollow Woods. I did a video on my favorite, my top 5 woods, and my top 5, and the one on the first place was Hollowwood, and that is because I love woods. I think it comes from when I go out riding with my dad, because he started riding a few years after I started on the Icelandic horses as well. And then when we go out riding, my favorite part is basically when we ride through the woods in like a slow walk, and you feel the horse work its body through over all the roots and the stuff. And I just love woods. It gives a peaceful feeling in a way when it is really calm and nice. And I would really like more woods onto your wake, maybe more thicker woods even, because this woods is just a lot of big trees. Big trees, and still quite kind of a lot of open spaces, but it's the best they got, and I like it. So yeah, Hollow Woods is probably my favorite place. Next one, favorite horse in real life. Not surprising, it is an Icelandic horse, and his name is Bliki. He is let's see now, black pinto, kind of old, but he is quite lovely. He is adorable and quite funny. He is used in the riding school, but he's actually owned by the owner's husband. And he's funny that way that when he is with other horses, he's like so pack. He needs to be with the pack. Otherwise it freaks him out and he will run to the pack. But you can actually go out riding with him alone, and that's not a problem. So he is quite funny that way. And he is a bit complicated to ride, but I do love it. It is not like he freaks out the first. If you really work with him and make him think about something else than the pack, then he is really, really lovely. He does have a problem. He doesn't trot, and so you can't really. You have to do a lot of special stuff to make him trot. Let's actually go back to the road and continue riding. So yeah, my favorite horse IRL is Bliki. He's a lovely horse. Absolutely love him. If there were a black pinto to arrive in the game, I would probably sell off the black pinto, black paint, old paint I have, to get the Bliki name back, so I can name my black pinto Bliki. Sorry, but that will probably happen then. Next question, favorite color on a horse, and that is so hard. I do know that I am quite more into solid colors. It all depends on the breed, really, because I mean, in Icelandic horses I basically love all colors. I love the pintos, I love solid black, I love brown, white, chestnut, and bay, and all that. I love them all on the Icelandic horses, but when it comes to other horses, I'm more into the horse breeds that are either from like Portugal or Spain, like the Lipizens, that is actually from Slovenia, the Lusitano, then the Lucians, and I also like the more horse breeds that are used in the competitions, like Holsteiners, Hanoverian, I think it's called, and the half-bloods and full-bloods. And those always have the solid colors of brown and black and dark brown, bay, white, and those are the ones I like. Then I'm not a fan of the Western horses really, but yeah, I like them in pinto and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't really see myself running around on those kinds of horses, even though I have them. It's oh god, so many people. Sorry. Even though I own them in this game, it's not my favorite horses to ride around on, and I don't usually use them in like club events unless we have like Western stuff. Then I use them a lot. But yeah, so favorite color on a horse, I like solid colors. Basically, bay. I really like a really strong, hot bay on a horse that has like white socks and black mane and tail on them. So yeah, and a white horses. So yeah, chestnuts also really lovely. Depends on really how much the color isn't really the thing. It's more how the horse looks. Is it? Oh well, it's really hard to explain. Really, really hard to explain. So yeah, next question. My favorite color in general, I think she means. Horse, no, dogs barking in the background. I have no idea. I was just listening if it was my own, but it probably isn't. My favorite color in general, maybe you would say black. It has been my favorite color all my life, but I feel that it's a bit boring. So, actually, my favorite color in general is green. Or I would like to say nature color in general, but when I see something green, I go like, oh, maybe I need it. I need it. Or a really nice red. Not strong, bright red, more like blood red. Or a red rose red. Those are the colors I pretty much love. Favorite gate on a horse? Is that really something you need to ask? Because it is actually the Tolt. I love the Tolt. In the game and in real life. I just love it. It's awesome. It's nice to ride around, and especially with someone with a horse that really has a really nice Tolt, because then you just feel like you just wiggling your butt on their back while they're tolting. Tolt. Ah, I love it. Absolutely adore it. My favorite outfit. I have a lot of them depending on what I'm doing or how I'm feeling that day, but if there was like something happening to the game that you will have to use only one outfit for like weeks until they fixed it, it would probably be this one I'm wearing. Oh, hi Sonja. This one, I feel it works pretty much with all horses, and it feels like something I would wear in real life if I could, without me looking kind of feeling a bit weird in general, but I would love to just wear this. Yeah, I love it. So this is probably my favorite outfit. On other horses I would use Jesus, so many people today. I would use the orange, I don't know what it's called in, oops, sorry, that was my hand like going I don't know what it's called. The orange things you have on the legs. Sorry, not really into that. So yeah, this is my favorite outfit, I think. Favorite Star Stable Online quest. I did this on my blog not that recently. I'm doing a blog challenge. However, my blog is in Swedish and not all of you can see it or read it. But my favorite Star Stable Online quest is the Baroness Horse Mystery. If you have done it, it is the Baroness Horse Butterfly. No, sorry, not into talking. I'm sorry, but no. What was I thinking? Yeah, the Baroness Horse Butterfly. Let's go up here. Has been injured and has had a long recovery and is placed at Marley's. Sorry. Placed at Marley's to be rehabilitated or something similar. And basically, it is acting a bit weird. So I go out to help him, and in the end we discovered this is not really Butterfly. It is some other horse that has been painted on. And so the whole quest is to just, well, basically, this, who is this horse? Where is Butterfly? What's going on? It's a total mystery, and I love it. I love detective work, really figuring out some clues and all that stuff, and there was some action in it as well. I don't want to spoil it way too much. So yeah, that is probably my favorite. So yeah, the Baroness Horse Mystery. My dream update. Oh, I have so many! Jeez, but one I'm really looking forward to right now is the home stables, of course. I have been wishing for home stables for years. Like, literally years. Pretty much ever since I started playing. And the sneak peek that came made me really more excited, and I'm really thinking that we are going to get it quite soon. They did say at the end of the year, and I'm thinking that I'm going to start wishing for it even more by the start of October. So just a few more months. But yeah, I really want the home stables, because right now I have a lot of horses at home and I really hate having to press them into those kinds of those kinds of boxes all pushed up together. It's just blah. I hate it. My animal loving heart goes like, you can't treat animals this way. It's horrible. And yet I have to, because I love all my horses and I want them all at home. So yeah. So that was the question from SSO Tanya. We are now going forward to Allison Under Hurricane. She sent these to me on my blog, so it has been quite funny. I have most of the questions I have had to translate to English, so don't be freaked out if it doesn't really sound the way you put them in my blogs or anything like that. But yeah, the first question is my favorite horse, and I'm thinking just in general, and that is the one I'm sitting on. It's Möcker. He is my favorite horse. I have a lot of personal attachment to a black Icelandic horse, and that is because at the riding school I was riding at for several years, and I have been doing some internships there as well. There is this really beautiful, stunning black stallion there called Möcker. He was there before I started, and he's still alive, which is quite amazing. He is over 30 right now. But yeah, he's absolutely wonderful. When it isn't breeding season, he's just the most adorable horse ever. He's even used in the riding school right now and I think even the owner's daughter or grandchild, maybe. I think it's probably a grandchild. She rides him like daily, and he's so nice. She has a longer mane though, so this one looks like a young Möcker, really young Möcker. A funny way to explain him, to say how nice he is, it is because I've had, even though I'm not, as an intern, not allowed to go out getting the stallions because of safety reasons. You have just no idea what is going to happen with stallions, and I don't really have that much knowledge of it, or something like that. He really pumps himself up in the paddock, trotting around, showing himself how nice he looks. And even though he's like 29 or 30, I think it was around that age then, he really looked like a big stallion. Like, don't mess with me, I'm the stallion. And then I came over holding the thing I was going to lead him with. Wow, I'm really bad with English today. And I opened the gate, and he just stopped. And he just stood there, just waiting for me to come and get him. And I put the tack on him to lead him inside, and he just followed me like nothing. Like, suddenly he turned into the nicest gelding on earth. Not pumping up, like trotting around me. He was just following me into his box, and there he was. And he's just so lovely that way. And since he is now that old, they have been looking for someone to replace him, since he is one of the most wanted stallions, I think, on Sweden right now. And I wouldn't be surprised, because he's just so handsome and temperament is lovely. They have now a new replacement looking exactly like Daddy, big and black, and his name is Urval. And I was interning there for the last time, and he was at the stable, I think around 3 or 4 years old, like a really young stallion, and the young stallions are pretty much even more the worst. And he was exactly like his dad, pumping up all the way, and then you open the door and then he just stands there and lets you take him and lead him, and he's just amazing. So I'm really looking forward to see what kind of offsprings he will bring to the world, and the results he will make on the competition as well. So that was a really long, but yeah, now you know why I have this very special attachment to this black stallion. I know I repeated myself, but I was thinking I said it wrong. No, this one is a black stallion called Möcker. Also, Möcker, I've been looking up, is the Icelandic name of a dark cloud, and that is exactly what this horse is named in Star Stable Online. So yeah, that's why. Now, next question. A horse breed I wish to the game. That was a really hard question because I feel like all the horse breeds I love is basically in the game. Just some I'm really hoping for a update on because they could be a lot better, like the Andalusian and the North Swedish horse. But if I have to say one, I feel it's maybe not, but it is. It's not really the same horse, but the same as this. It is Lusitano, and that is because at the riding school where Mucker is, they also have a few Lusitanos. Pure divas, in my opinion. Not my favorites, all of them, but yeah. If you have ever been, if you are from Sweden and you have ever been to the, let's see now, Stockholm International Horse Show in Globen, or the last 2 years they have been at Friends Arena, I think, yeah, in Solna. And then they have this white Pegasus that's always entered the show and has been for years. That is Jambo, and he is the very first Lusitano that came to the riding school I was at, a gelding, absolutely beautiful. Sadly, he was put down this year, I think, or it was last year. Really old, but he was absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really sad that he was had to put down, but yeah. It was probably time. But absolutely gorgeous horse. So I'm really curious to see what Pegasus will replace him. I'm hoping it won't be the stallion that they have, because he and I are just not friends. He's really rude and stuff. So yeah, Lusitano. Still, it is a gorgeous horse, really gorgeous horse. Pure divas, but they're gorgeous. And I was thinking, yeah, maybe a Lusitano. I wouldn't mind a Lusitano in the game. Next question, and the last one from Allison, is if I got to design the horse equipment, how would it look like? I think I've been saying this a lot in on my blog, and that is just if I got to design it, it would just turn into a various. How to explain this? I have been saying that I'm quite bored on the way that Star Stable Online keeps putting out equipment just with these weird colors, when they could be focusing on, since they are that good at coding and designing tack, why can't they just start designing new sort of models or tacks, different kinds of saddles, different kinds of models of the bridles, because there are so many types out there. It is so sad we only have 2 types of bridles. One we haven't even got any new colors on for months, I think years even. No, not years, but a lot of months. And then saddles as well. There are so many types of saddles, and we have 3 types of it in the game. So yeah, if I were to design, I would go nuts on making more kinds of models than just designing in weird colors in general. I really like my tack to look realistically. So yeah, I don't have that much tack that are in weird, bright colors. Can't stand it. Sorry, but no. So yeah, that was the question from Allison. And next one is April. I don't have your last name, sadly, but yeah, April from my blog. She tends to comment a lot. Thank you very much. The first question: do you ride in real life? And for the moment, I do not. I haven't been riding for a few years, mostly because of money issues. Also, I don't know. I really wish I was riding still, because I do love it. I am a bit of a coward when it comes to riding, sadly, after an accident that happened years ago. So as a result of that, I do not like to ride bareback. I do not like to ride horses I feel that I don't have any control of whatsoever. Then I like to just stop and get off before anything bad happens. I have huge respect of horses that way. So yeah, I do not ride right now in real life because of that. No, not all because of that. Because of money, and I feel like I do not have a job, I can't pay for myself, and to ask my mother to pay something that is quite expensive here in Sweden, it just feels bad. I wish I would have gone on a out riding with my dad this summer, but we have been quite busy. Sorry. I needed to drink. So yeah, not right now, but I have been riding, I think for 7 or 8 years, maybe 9, before I stopped. Mostly on Icelandic horses, but I have also been at a stable called Augusta, and that is just like 15 minutes away from me right now, where I was riding on ponies and then ended up on big horses. And I liked it, but I felt that I feel more safe on an Icelandic horse for some weird reason. But yeah, so that's that. Next is my top 3 favorite hairstyles. And that was quite hard. I haven't changed my hairstyle for ages because I like the hair color on this one, and this is basically the only hairstyle that has this color, which is quite sad. But yeah, I feel the one I'm wearing is the only one that felt truly worked through and just feels really like, let's say, it's worth 300 star coins, even though it is quite expensive. But that's just the way it is. But if I would ever have to change, I would go to one of the ones that has a pony pony style updo thingy. Because riding with long hair let out feels a bit wrong to me. It has just no. It's a security measure that, like, nope, safety first. So yeah. So it was a hard question, but that is basically my favorite hairstyle, if I have to say. I wish they would let out more hairstyle. We haven't got that in years. Feels like years anyway. Okay, so next one. What could Star Stable Online do better on the new horses? Something I have noticed on the new horses, and what I realized when they did a small episode on Star Stable Show where they interviewed a guy who made Icelandic horses for one, was that when he researched the horses, is that he doesn't look how they move with a rider on them, and I feel that is a bit stupid. Like, I mean, we're going to be riding on these horses all the time. They should move as they move with a professional rider on them. So yeah, that is basically what I think. So that is the only thing that I think they could do better. Really look at how they move with a professional rider on them and not lose. They have done terrific work on the trot lately. But otherwise, when it comes to the gallop has been nice as well. But maybe like the walk looks a bit too hectic sometimes, or the head is too high, and yeah, that's the stuff. So that is what they could do better. Let's see now. How many spots do you want in the new stable? And recently, I feel like I could have 20, because first of all, I want all my all my Icelandic horses at home. Even though I don't ride all of them, but I just want them there. Feels right. Feels wrong to have some. Pretty much most of them are on the island right now because we have only 10 spots, and I have so many favorite horses. And I don't, even though I love my Icelandic horses, I love some of the other breeds. Like, I love all my English thoroughbreds. One has finally made it. One has sadly gone to the island now. It was really hard choosing which one. But yeah, oops, sorry. But yeah, so I want all my English thoroughbreds, actually. My Welsh ponies, I had 2. I had one now sent to the island as well, since we got a new English thoroughbred in the game that I needed. I needed it! I wish I could have my starter horse at home as well, but as I said, there are so many favorite breeds. I want my Frisian at home like all the time, because it's gorgeous. All my Icelandic horses and stuff. So I think 20 should be enough. So we are finally reaching the last person who sent me questions. But I feel I'm going to be rambling a lot now, because he sent me really think questions. It is Cecilia Gladefield. someone who is in my club and has her own blog. It is in Swedish, however. You can find her link to her blog on my blog. So if you're Swedish and like blogs, go to that one. Anyway, her first question is, do you have any specific memories from the time you started playing Star Stable Online? And I was really thinking, and the only one that really gets into my head the first time is the day my best friend started playing. She and I have been really, really good friends since school. We have a different school system here, and the 3 last years of your school time, called gymnasium, I think is close to your high school or something like that. We have been best friends since then. I think best friends. We are best friends now anyway. But anyway, it was basically she has been playing the same amount of years as me, not as much as I am though. But it is since 2013. It was just a few days after I started playing. And I was like, maybe she would like this as well, because she's not the biggest fan of horses. She likes horses. But yes, dogs are more important to her. Horses are pretty. That's what she thinks, I think. Anyway, not the biggest interest. But anyway, I was thinking maybe she would like this as well. So I sent her a text saying, hey, I found this game, an online game with horses, and maybe it's a bit childish, but I love it. Maybe you could try it out. And she was like, yeah, fine, I'll check it out later. And then I think it took a day. And I was thinking, like, my idea was that she would say, okay, I'm going to enter it now. Should we Skype and do all that kind of stuff? And, well, she just didn't send me anything. And in the end, I got a weird text saying, oh my god, I love it. I can't stop playing. Help me. And I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? And she's like, I'm in the game. I can't stop playing. I keep on sleeping over, and now it's the end. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? And then I logged in, and we found each other, and we were just running around for ages looking at the game together. And so, yeah, that is basically my favorite memory. So every time there's a new area opening, we try to explore it together. Since I am a lot more hooked on this game than she is, I just tend not to be able to wait for her because she could be working or stuff. But I try not to explore too much so that I can wait for her to come home and we can explore it together. So yeah, that's my best memory when I started is when she started playing as well. Next question: would you like to have a hackamore in Star Stable Online? And for you who doesn't know what a hackamore is, it is a bridle who doesn't have what is it called? The ring that is around the mouth, and you have the thing in the mouth. Damn it, I have no idea what it's called. Sorry, but it is a bridle who doesn't have that. The only thing that makes it possible for you to lead your horse or make it go where you want to is that it presses on the back of its or on the front of the head, like if you, how can I explain it? If you put up your hand and you place your finger on it and you think that it is the bridle on it. Let's see now. No. If you have the bridle and you press it, like if you want to go to the right, and you feel how it presses on the back of your hand that you're holding up, that is basically what a horse feels on the head. That makes it feel like, okay, you want me to go this way. And you use hackamores on a horse that has either a very, very sensitive mouth that it freaks out, or it has been using a normal bridle with this thing in the mouth, and it has started to make injuries in the horse's mouth, so it can't be using that, so you use a hackamore for that instead. It works quite well for most horses. All horses can use a hackamore, really. You just really get a better reaction. Not better reaction, you get a more quicker reaction when you have something in their mouth, because let's face it, it's not that comfortable. It is supposed to be comfortable, but if you're thinking about it, if you put a pen in your mouth and you start pulling it in one way, it's just ugh. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I would love to have hackamores in the game, really, just to make it like feel like you have some just variation in the game. Really like it. Really wish I knew the name of what it's supposed to be. So next question: best riding or horse memory. Since I've been riding for a lot of years, it has been really hard to find one that is really stuck in my memory. But I think it is when I won a very small dressage competition at a riding camp. It wasn't really a real dressage, because we were to make sure that all the horses couldn't be in the paddock alone. We were a few that it was basically like a drill, if you know what that is. I was in the front and everyone sort of followed me, so I had to know the real road and to make sure that it was fast enough so everyone could do as they did. However, the horse I was riding, he was really hard to get to gallop, and so we didn't gallop in that one. But anyway, I did one because I did that dressage riding quite well, and also the owner of the riding camp thought that I have been progressing so well that week, so she felt that I deserved that prize, and I was really happy because that was the first time I ever won a horse competition. Sorry. So yeah, that is probably my favorite. I actually started crying. And so did my dad. He actually cried. He's so sensitive. So yeah, my first winning of the... And then the last question is, have you ever been to a riding camp? If that is the case, where? Well, as you heard in the last question, I have been to a riding camp. I have been to many. Many. During the years I was riding, every summer I tried to go to a riding camp, because I just loved it. It was so exciting to go to especially a new place. I tried to go to new places all the time. There's only the riding camp at my riding school I have been to twice. Otherwise I have been to a new place all the time, and it's always around Stockholm or just outside of it, because I didn't want to be too far away home. So yeah, I have been to plenty. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Why am I here? I like this place, but yeah. So yeah, I think that is all the questions, actually. I hope you understood everything I said, and when I try to explain stuff. I feel like I have been rambling for quite a while, so this is going to be quite a long episode probably. But lastly, I do wanna thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and because it really means a lot to me to know that you seem to like what I'm doing, because that's just great. For future stuff, I'm going to continue with Star Stable Online, of course, my top 5, my horse reviews. The horse reviews are going to be a bit less now that I'm getting to a point where I feel like I have done all the ones I can. The Andalusian is one that I feel like I want to, but at the same time I feel like that is a horse breed that could be updated quite soon, so it will be sort of weird. I could, but just a lot of energy. I guess it could be a way to sort of compare the two, the updated one and the old version. But yeah, so I'm going to continue with that. I'm trying to find something new that I can do, because I feel like maybe it's a bit boring with the free things I have. The Star Stable Online Let's Play is going to go on forever. Ever and ever. But yeah, maybe I do an outfit video one day just for fun. But yeah, since you seem to really like that, some of you have wanted me to do a video where I show all my horses, and I feel that no, I know a lot of people do, but it's going to be a lot. I have a lot of horses. It's going to take a long time, and during that time there are probably going to be more horses coming to the game. I'm going to keep on buying, so I will never be done with it, or if I am, I will feel like I will have to start all over again. So I feel like No, I'm sorry. If you want to know about all my horses, go to my blog. Sadly, as I said, it is in Swedish, but you can look at them. I have pictures. Probably not that interested. So yeah. I think I'm done. Thank you so much for 100 subscribers. My God, what's wrong with me? Yes, 100 subscribers. It's awesome. Now we're really looking forward to maybe 200. Could that be happening anytime soon? I have no idea, but maybe. So maybe when I reach 200, I might do a new Q&A, and you could bomb me with you could throw me even more questions or something like that. And maybe ask me the same I have this one today, because maybe it's different by then. I have no idea. But yeah, it should end it here today. Remember, guys, you're awesome as always. All 100 of you, you're all awesome. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.